the session, I would like to draw your attention to the following points. Standard form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b and c are real numbers. A is not equal to 0. What happens if a equals 0? Then the equation will be no more a quadratic equation. It would be a linear equation. Here a is the coefficient of x squared. A is also called the leading coefficient. B is the coefficient of x. C is the constant term. We make use of two identities in this method. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared equals a plus b whole squared, and then a squared minus 2ab plus b squared equals a minus b whole squared. Let us take an example. Solve this equation by completing the square. X squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. Let us bring minus 5 to the right hand side. X squared plus 4x equals plus 5. 0 plus 5 is plus 5. We can write 4x as 2 into x into 2. Now consider this. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and compare the first two terms with these two terms. In place of a, we have x. In place of 2ab, 2 into a into b, we have 2 into x into 2. Therefore, b is 2 here. Note that 2 is exactly half of 4, which is the coefficient of x. Now, add 2 squared to both the sides, and x squared plus 2 into x into 2 plus 2 squared is in the form of a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and it can be factorized as x plus 2 whole squared equals 5 plus 2 squared is 4. X plus 2 whole squared equals 9. X plus 2 equals plus or minus root 9. X plus 2 equals plus or minus 3. Bring plus 2 to the right hand side. X equals minus 2 plus or minus 3. X has two values here. X equals minus 2 plus 3, or x equals minus 2 minus 3. Minus 2 plus 3 is plus 1, and minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. The roots of the equation are plus 1 and minus 5. Note here that if the second term has negative sign, then we need to use the identity a squared minus 2ab plus b squared equals a minus b whole squared. Let us look at a shortcut here. X squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. Bring minus 5 to the right hand side. Now consider the coefficient of x, that is 4. Disregarding the sign, we take only positive number here. Even if it is minus 4x, we take only 4. Now find half of 4. 4 into 1 over 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are equals 2. Add 2 square to both the sides of the equation. Now consider x, then 2, and here we have positive sign. Therefore, this can be factorized as x plus 2 whole squared equals 5 plus 2 squared is 4. X plus 2 whole squared equals 9. X plus 2 equals plus or minus root 9. X plus 2 equals plus or minus 3. X equals minus 2 plus or minus 3. Let us write down both the values. x equals minus 2 plus 3 or x equals minus 2 minus 3. X equals plus 1 or x equals minus 5. The roots are plus 1 and minus 5. There is an alternative method. Consider the equation x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. Bring 5 to the right hand side. Now, take this as equation 1. The coefficient of x square here is 1. A equals 1. Find 4a. 4 into 1 equals 4. Multiply the equation 1 throughout by 4. X squared plus 4x equals 5. X squared into 4 plus 4x into 4 equals 5 into 4. 4x squared plus 16x equals 20. 4x squared can be written as 2x whole squared plus 16x can be written as 2 into 2x into 4 equals 20. 2 2s are 4, 4 4s are 16. Now consider this a squared plus 2ab plus b squared and compare these two terms with these two terms. In place of a, we have 2x. In place of 2ab, 2 into a into b, we have 2 into 2x into 4. Therefore, b is 4 here. Note that 4 is the coefficient of x. Now, add 4 square to both the sides. 2x square, 2x whole square plus 2 into 2x into 4 plus 4 square equals 20 plus 4 square. Now, we have 2x squared plus 2 into 2x into 4 plus 4 squared, which is exactly in the form of a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Therefore, this can be factorized as 2x plus 4 whole squared equals 20 plus 4 squared is 60. This is equal to 36. 2x plus 4 equals plus or minus root 36 plus or minus 6. Now bring plus to the right hand side. Here we have 2 as a common factor for all the terms. 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6. Divide the entire equation by 2. X equals minus 2 plus or minus 3. Let us split the two values. X equals minus 2 plus 3 or x equals minus 2 minus 3. X equals plus 1 or x equals minus 5. The roots of the equation are plus 1 and minus 5. Again, there is a shortcut for this method. Consider the equation. Bring minus 5 to the right hand side. Now, the coefficient of x square is 1. Find 4a. 4 equals 4 into a, 1 equals 4. Multiply the equation 1 throughout by 4. X squared into 4 plus 4x into 4 equals 5 into 4. 4x squared plus 16x equals 20. 2x whole squared plus 16x equals 20. Now consider this, the coefficient of x. Even if it was x squared minus 4x, we consider only 4 plus 4. Now add 4 squared to both the sides. Consider 2x and 4, and then we have positive sign here. Therefore, we can factorize this as 2x plus 4 whole squared equals 20 plus 16. The remaining steps are exactly as in the previous method. 2x plus 4 equals plus or minus root 36. 2x plus 4 equals plus or minus 6. 2x equals minus 4 plus or minus 6. 2 is a common factor. X equals minus 2 plus or minus 3, x equals minus 2 plus 3, or x equals minus 2 minus 3, x equals plus 1, or x equals minus 5. The roots of the equation are plus 1 and minus 5. A note to the viewers before we resume. When the leading coefficient, that is the coefficient of x square of the quadratic equation is 1 and the coefficient of x is an even number, first method is preferred. If the coefficient of x is an odd number, then the second method would be easier. Second method also comes in handy when the leading coefficient is other than 1. By switching the methods according to the problem given, we can avoid dealing with fractions. Henceforth, we shall use only shortcut methods. Example 2. Solve by completing the square. X squared minus 6x plus 5 equals 0. Let us apply the first method here. X squared minus 6x plus 5 equals 0. Bring plus 5 to the right hand side. Now consider 6, disregarding the sign. We take only 6, not minus 6. Now 6 into half. Find half of 6. 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6. That is equal to 3. Now add 3 squared to both the sides. Plus 3 squared, and here also plus 3 squared. Consider x, then 3. Here we have negative sign. Therefore, this can be factorized as x minus 3 whole square equals minus 5 plus 9. X minus 3 whole square equals 4. X minus 3 equals plus or minus root 4. X minus 3 equals plus or minus 2. Bring minus 3 to the right hand side. Plus 3 plus or minus 2. Now x has got two values here. X equals plus 3 plus 2 or x equals plus 3 minus 2. X equals 5 or x equals plus 1. Therefore, the roots are plus 5 and plus 1. Now, let us apply the second method. X squared minus 6x plus 5 equals 0. X squared minus 6x equals minus 5. Here, the coefficient of x squared, a equals 1. For a equals 4 into 1 equals 4. Multiply the equation 1 throughout by 4. X squared into 4 minus 6x into 4 equals minus 5 into 4. What do we get? 4x squared minus 24x equals minus 20. 4x squared can be written as 2x whole squared minus 24x equals minus 20. Now consider 6, not negative 6, only 6. That is positive 6. Disregarding the sign, we consider the coefficient of x. Add 6 squared to both the sides. Consider 2x, then 6, and we have negative sign here. Therefore, this can be factorized as 2x minus 6 whole square equals minus 20 plus 36. This is equal to 16. 2x minus 6 equals plus or minus root 16. 2x minus 6 equals plus or minus 4. 2x equals plus 6 plus or minus 4. 2 is a common factor. 2 3s are 2 2s are. X equals plus 3 plus or minus 2. Let us write the two values of x. X equals plus 3 minus 2 or x equals plus 3 plus 2. X equals plus 1 or x equals plus 5. The roots of the equation are plus 5 and plus 1. Let us consider one more example and solve this quadratic equation using both the methods. Y squared plus 5y plus 6 equals 0. Y squared plus 5y equals minus 6. Consider 5 and multiply 5 by half. We get 5 by 2. Now add 5 by 2 whole square to both the sides. We have y here, then 5 by 2, and we have positive sign here. Therefore, this can be factorized as y plus 5 by 2 whole square equals minus 6 can be written as minus 6 over 1 plus 5 by 2 whole square is 25 by 4. We need to make the denominators equal. LCM of 1 and 4 is 4 into 4 and into 4. We get minus 24 plus 25 whole divided by 4. Y plus 5 by 2 whole square equals 1 by 4. Y plus 5 by 2 equals plus or minus root 1 by 4. Y plus 5 by 2 equals plus or minus 1 over 2. Bring plus 5 by 2 to the right hand side. Y equals minus 5 by 2 plus or minus 1 over 2. The denominators are equal. Therefore, this can be written as minus 5 plus or minus 1 divided by 2. The two values of y are minus 5 plus 1 over 2 or minus 5 minus 1 over 2. Y equals minus 4 divided by 2 or y equals minus 6 divided by 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are. Again 2 ones are 2 threes are. Y equals minus 2 or y equals minus 3. The roots of the equation are minus 2 and minus 3. Let us solve the same equation using the second method. Y squared plus 5y plus 6 equals 0. Bring plus 6 to the right hand side. Here the coefficient of y square is 1. 4a equals 4 into 1 equals 4. Multiplying the entire equation 1 by 4. Y squared into 4 plus 5y into 4 equals minus 6 into 4. 4y squared plus 20y equals minus 24. 2y whole squared plus 20y equals minus 24. Consider the coefficient of y disregarding the sign. Anyhow, the sign here is positive. If it was negative, then you have to take only positive 5. Add 5 squared to both the sides. Consider 2y, then 5. Here we have positive sign, so we can factorize this as 2y plus 5 whole squared equals minus 24 plus 25 equals minus plus 1. Minus 24 plus 25 is 1. 2y plus 5 equals plus or minus root 1. 2y plus 5 equals plus or minus 1. Bring plus 5 to the right hand side. Y equals minus 5 plus or minus 1 whole divided by 2. The two values of y are minus 5 plus 1 divided by 2 or minus 5 minus 1 divided by 2. Minus 5 plus 1 is minus 4 divided by 2 or y equals minus 6 divided by 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are. 2 ones are 2 threes are. Y equals minus 2 or y equals minus 3. The roots of the equation are minus 2 and minus 3. Now consider one more example. Solve by completing the square. 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 equals 0. Let us apply the first method. 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 equals 0. Bring plus 3 to the right hand side. Now divide the entire equation by 2. 2x squared by 2 minus 5x by 2 equals minus 3 by 2. 2 and 2 get cancelled. X squared minus 5 by 2x equals minus 3 by 2. Now the coefficient of x squared is 1. Consider 5 by 2, the coefficient of x, disregarding the sign. 5 by 2 into 1 by 2 equals 5 by 4. Add 5 by 4 whole square to both the sides. Consider x, 5 by 4, and we have negative sign here. Therefore, this can be factorized as x minus 5 by 4 whole square equals minus 3 by 2 plus 25 by 16. Then we get x minus 5 by 4 whole square equals minus 24 plus 25 whole divided by 16. X minus 5 by 4 whole square equals 1 over 16. X minus 5 by 4 equals plus or minus root 1 over 16. X minus 5 by 4 equals plus or minus 1 by 4. Bring minus 1 by 4 to the right hand side. X equals 5 plus or minus 1 whole divided by 4. The two values of x are 5 plus 1 divided by 4 or 5 minus 1 divided by 4. X equals 6 by 4 or x equals 4 by 4. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 4 1s are 4 1s are. X equals 3 by 2 or x equals 1. Therefore, the roots are 3 over 2 and 1. Let us solve the same equation by the second method. 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 equals 0. Bring 3 to the right hand side. Take this equation as 1. Here, the coefficient of x squared is 2. A equals 2. 4a equals 4 into 2 equals 8. Multiply the entire equation by 8. 2x squared into 8 minus 5x into 8 equals minus 3 into 8. 16x squared minus 40x equals minus 24. 16x squared can be written as 4x whole squared minus 40x equals minus 24. Consider the coefficient of x disregarding the sign, that is 5. Add 5 squared to both the sides. Now consider 4x, then 5. We have negative sign here. Therefore, this can be factorized as 4x minus 5 whole squared equals minus 24 plus 25. 4x minus 5 whole squared equals 1. 4x minus 5 equals plus or minus root 1. 4x minus 5 equals plus or minus 1. 4x equals plus 5 plus or minus 1. Bring minus 5 to the right hand side. X equals plus 5 plus or minus 1 whole divided by 4. Now the two values are 5 plus 1 divided by 4 or 5 minus 1 divided by 4. On simplifying, as before, we get x equals 3 by 2 or x equals 1. The roots are 3 by 2 and 1. From here on, let us use only one method which is most suitable to solve the given equation. Example 5. Solve by completing the square. 5x squared minus 6x minus 2 equals 0. Here the coefficient of x squared, the leading coefficient, is 5. Therefore, second method would be suitable here. Bring minus 2 to the right hand side. A is 5, 4a equals 4 into 5 equals 20. Multiplying throughout by 20, we get 5x into 20 minus 6x into 20 equals 2 into 20. 100x squared minus 120x equals 40. 100x squared can be written as 10x whole square minus 120x equals 40. Consider this. 6. Coefficient of x. Add 6 square to both the sides. Consider 10x, then 6. We have negative sign here. Therefore, this can be factorized as 10x minus 6 whole square equals 40 plus 36. 10x minus 6 whole square equals 76. 10x minus 6 equals plus or minus root 76. Root 76 can be simplified as root 4 into 19. Root 4 into root 19, that is 2 into root 19 equals 2 root 19. 10x minus 6 equals plus or minus 2 root 19. 10x equals plus 6 plus or minus 2 root 19. 2 is a common factor here. 2 5s are, 2 3s are, 2 1s are. 5x equals 3 plus or minus root 19. X equals 3 plus or minus root 19 divided by 5. X equals 3 plus root 19 by 5, or x equals 3 minus root 19 by 5. This cannot be reduced further. Therefore, the roots of the equation are 3 plus root 19 by 5 or 3 minus root 19 whole divided by 5. Example 6. Solve by completing the square. 4x squared plus 3x plus 5 equals 0. Again, let us apply the second method. Bring plus 5 to the right hand side. A is 4. 4a equals 4 into 4 is 16. Multiply the entire equation through by 16. 4x squared into 16 plus 3x into 16 equals minus 5 into 16. 64x squared plus 48x equals minus 80. 8x whole squared plus 48x equals minus 80. Consider the coefficient of x, that is 3. Add 3 squared to both the sides. 8x, then 3. Here is positive sign. Therefore, this can be factorized as 8x plus 3 whole square equals minus 80 plus 9. 8x plus 3 whole square equals minus 71. Now, minus 71 is less than 0. That is, minus 71 is a negative number. We have 8x plus 3 whole square equals minus 71. Square of a real number can never be negative. Therefore, the given quadratic equation has no real roots. One more example. Solve by completing the square. 4x squared plus 4 root 3x plus 3 equals 0. Now, bring 3 to the right hand side. A is 4 here. 4a equals 4 into 4 is 16. Multiply the equation throughout by 16. 4x squared into 16 plus 4 root 3x into 16 equals minus 3 into 16. 64x squared plus 64 root 3x equals minus 48. 8x whole squared plus 64 root 3x equals 48. Consider the coefficient of x, 4 root 3. Add 4 root 3 whole squared to both the sides. Now factorize. 8x plus 4 root 3 whole squared equals minus 48 plus 48. 8x plus 4 root 3 whole squared equals 0. 8x plus 4 root 3 equals 0. 8x equals minus 4 root 3. 4 is a common factor. 2x equals minus root 3. X equals minus root 3 divided by 2. X has got only one value. This means the quadratic equation has only one root. Or we can say the quadratic equation has equal roots. Alternatively, 4x squared plus 4 root 3x plus 3 equals 0. This can be written as 2x whole squared plus 2 into 2x into root 3 plus 3 can be written as root 3 whole squared. This is exactly in the form of a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Here a is 2x, b is root 3. Therefore, this can be factorized as 2x plus root 3 whole squared equals 0, 2x plus root 3 equals 0, 2x equals minus root 3, x equals minus root 3 divided by 2. The quadratic equation has one root, minus root 3 by 2, or we can say that the equation has equal roots. Finally, let us see what happens if we apply the method of completing the square to the standard form of quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Let me use the second method. Bring c to the right hand side. Multiplying the above equation by 4a, we get ax squared into 4a plus bx into 4a equals minus c into 4a. 4a squared x squared plus 4abx equals minus 4ac. 2ax whole squared plus 4abx equals minus 4ac. Now, consider the coefficient of x, that is b. Add b squared to both the sides, and this can be factorized as 2ax plus b whole squared equals minus 4ac plus b squared can be written as b squared minus 4ac. 2ax plus b equals plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac. 2ax equals, bring b to the right hand side, it will become negative, minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac. X equals minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. This is called the quadratic formula. Here the two values of x are minus b plus root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a, or x equals minus b minus root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. The roots of ax squared plus bx plus c are minus b plus root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a and minus b minus root of b squared minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. You can also derive this formula using the first method. Here you need to divide the entire equation by a and then proceed. This is left as an exercise to you. In our next session, we shall solve some quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Till then, bye.